Hello, creative friends. Happy Friday to you. I know I'm excited for the weekend. I have some new files for you to play with, actually 3 free files, and they are, let's see, I'm going to turn my phone sideways so you can see the full URL. This will be linked below in the details for the video, but it's rebeccamadeit.com/landscape files. And on this website, there are 3 images, which you can feel free to download all 3 images. Again, they're very simple images, but they have been created and sized specifically for our Colop Mark Create little tiny printers. And so I'm calling them sky, dots, and grass. So on an Android phone is what I'm using, so I'm going to click on each one and click download. I'm going to do that to all 3 of them. So there's sky, and then here's dots, and I will download image, and then the 3rd one I'm calling grass. Click on that and then choose download. And then once all 3 of them have been downloaded, then I am going to go to the Create app and set them up as new imprints. Now, my app is already open. I am not connected to the printer, but I should be able to set up a new imprint without being connected. So I am in my imprints, and I'm going to choose an existing imprint so that I can duplicate that. And then I'm going to choose to edit the duplicate. All right, and then once this pops up, we're going to delete what's already there. So down at the bottom, I'm going to scroll across to delete. Then I'm going to confirm the delete. And now we're in a clean editor, a single line image, and we're going to click add on the bottom right to image to photo. And we should be able to see the images we've just downloaded somewhere. So we're going to find those photos. Again, we'll do them one at a time. We'll go to choose the photo, and then it will come in hopefully just like this. Now you may choose to edit this. You can turn continual marking on, which I have found is very helpful. So continual marking, we can turn that on, and then remove white space. You want to crop both so that it will try to stick them, continual as best as possible without a gap in between them. And you may, let's see, let me okay this. You may find that if you just so slightly move this image to the left just a bit, you may be able to get better continual marking where there's no gaps. So play around with that and see what you get. If you were to continual mark, then this would end up looking like washi tape, which would be a very cool effect. And then they come in with some default colors, but you do have the ability to click on it and then edit image, and then you can change that color to any color that you like. And so you can experiment with all these different shades of green that they give us, and of course ultimately you can plug in the color code for the exact color that you like. So anyway, so you can play with it and test it and send it to your printer and try out all kinds of different things. I'd love to see what you try. But then you should be able to save this image. Yes, imprint saved. And then we could actually just stay in this screen and see if we can't get our other 2. So I'm going to go back first and just make sure that it did save. And whenever you go back, it looks like it didn't, but once a few seconds, it'll update and it'll show you your new image. So now I am going to duplicate that one and then say OK to edit the duplicate. And then we'll get rid of the grass, and then we will try to add an image, a photo, and then I'm going to check this downloads and see. Yeah, there they are. And I don't know why the dates might be different. I've noticed that sometimes it doesn't show me what I have just downloaded. And I had practiced with these already and thought I had deleted all the references to it so that you could watch me do it. But anyway, I do have all three that did download correctly. We had seen that in my notifications. All three of them did download successfully, and so they are in this downloads folder. So anywhere you can find them, I'm going to go in and click on the sky now. And again, it comes in by default. You can play around with continual marking on or off. You have the ability to change the color, so you can do whatever you would like with this basic image. And then, so now that that has loaded, I'm going to save this one. So it will now be on my imprints list. All right, and then I'm just going to try to do this faster. I'm going to get rid of this one now. And we will delete that because again, hopefully it's saved already. And then I'm going to add an image, a photo, go back to my downloads folder, and the third one that I still need is this dots. All right, and again, you can change the color, you can move it around, you can turn on continual marking, but we are just going to simply just save. And then I'm going to go back so that you can, hopefully we'll see the list of all three of our newest images. And yeah, I was afraid of that. It does not look like it picked up the sky correctly. So let's do that one more time. I'm going to go in and click this and choose delete, or not delete, but duplicate. I'm going to duplicate this existing image and okay that. And then again, I'm going to get rid of the one that was already there, and delete, and add image, photo, and then I'm going to try to find my sky again because that's the one that did not save because I thought I was going to be quick, but it ended up making it slower. Anyway, so now that I've got my sky, I'm going to save that image. All right, now I will go back and look at my imprints, and then hopefully in your imprints list you will, once it updates, you'll have all three of these images that you can experiment and practice with. And again, I would love to see what you make with these. If you turn on continual and kind of shove it together, hopefully it will look like washi tape. But then I have also attempted to create some greeting cards with a landscape image on them. And so the rest of this video is going to be very long, and so feel free to just jump around to take a look. I'm going to go ahead and show you all of my attempts at getting a landscape card. And so some worked better than others. My first attempt, I used a cereal box type cardboard as a template and a mask. And then I tried using vellum paper and then just plain paper, which is a series of just photos that I was able to capture. And then finally, I just used some washi tape as a mask and got a very angular looking landscape, but still I think it's very pretty. So for the rest of this video, just feel free to just zoom through whatever you would like to see, but I'm going to go ahead and include all my footage so that you can watch my attempts, and hopefully if you pick up some new tips and tricks, please share them with me. I'd love to see what you do and what you learn. But I will talk to you later, and enjoy all the rest of this footage. So these are the three files. Whenever you download them straight from the website, they will be in these colors. And it's three separate files that you can download and then save as imprints on your Colop eMark Create. And I think these look great just with these default colors. Again, I'm calling this one grass, this one dots, and this image is called Sky, and this will be the 3 colors. You can set them up to print continual marking, and then it would be just like washi tape. So I think they're very cool just by themselves. And then these are set up in such a way where they are sized appropriately for our little printers. And then also you can change the color. So whenever you download, this will be the color that they come as, but you have the ability to change it to whatever color you want out of all the options on our little printer. So you can keep them the same color, or you can change the color of the image. And so I'm just thinking of ways to play with this. This does not look pretty. I just wanted to show you my quick prototype here. I created, I just took like a piece of cereal box cardboard, and I thought about a landscape design, and I just traced real simple shapes, and then I cut those shapes out. And I have a greeting card that is taped to this piece of paper, and this will make a mess, so just be careful. But the greeting card taped to this piece of paper, and then I took my cardboard template and cut it out and taped the sides down to where it would be like a hinge. And so all of these pieces, I saw this idea on another card maker's video, but all these pieces are hinged to where you can move these flaps in and out. And so this becomes like a stencil with all its pieces. And so these flaps can move in and out. And so you work your way up or down the card, and you can move these pieces as your mask on the card. And so this is just my rough prototype. I'm going to go in and kind of clean this up a little bit, because I found that this cardboard is really too thick. It would work better with a very thin piece of vellum, I think, would work perfect. So I'm going to try that. But just wanted to capture a quick video of this. And so what I want to do now is I'm going to untape all these pieces just so we can see the finished project for my first attempt at just a landscape design. And so there was actually 2 layers of tape, because I've taped the stencil down that we can use as a mask, and then I taped around the edges of the greeting card. So hopefully I'm going to have a nice clean edge on this greeting card. So if I can get this tape back off, this is just dollar store washi tape that I was using, and it seems to have worked fine. And in fact, it's so stuck. So let me work on this, and then I'll come back and show you. Okay, I think I've got that started. It turns out this washi tape, you might be better off with a painter's tape or a different kind of washi tape. This washi tape was too sticky. I think my card is going to be fine, but it is taking off some of the layer of that card. Oh yeah, like right there. I just lost a corner. Oh yeah, and it's taken off the layer of paper for that greeting card. So I will try this with proper painter's tape. There, but you get the idea. We have the ability to just run these images across in whatever colors you want and do it in layers, and then we can get a neat landscape effect. So I'll get all this out of the way and just let you see what this first prototype has done. All right, thank you. Okay, I'm going to try to use these images again on a landscape type card, and this time I'm using some vellum. This actually came in a separate kit with some speedball paint, but it's just vellum paper. It's kind of slick, But the idea is I wanted something very thin because the cereal type box was too thick, and so every time it thinks that you're lifting the printer, it will stop printing. And so anyway, again, I just real roughly drew a landscape type pattern, and I have loosely cut around those pieces, and most of them are hinged over here on the right hand side with a second layer of washi tape, and then there's 2 of them that are hinged on the left, and so we can move these flaps as we go and use it as a mask to print on each section. And so underneath my mask stencils is a greeting card that has been taped down to this sheet of paper. So let's see how this goes. So I have my app already open, and it is connected to my printer, and I'm going to go in and find my imprints, and I'm just going to choose these files that I showed you how to download already, and I'm going to start with the grass. And actually I like that color. Well, no, let's see. I want to go in and make that lighter for my first one, so I will edit. And I'm going to click on that grass image so that we can edit image, and I'm going to choose a light, very light green for my first layer. Oh, let's see. I think I like that one. Yes. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and just send that to the printer. My printer is already on and connected, and it just sent. All right, I am going to do a test down here on the edge just to make sure, and I do like that. And so then this is my first flap here on the bottom, and these other 2 I'm going to print across. And so you can either print left or right. Don't forget, you can print either way that we drag it. I did lift it a little bit there, accidentally. It is still very difficult to get it to run over. So I am still having to overlap. It would probably work better if we chose continual printing for that. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do my second layer, and I'm still going to make that grass, but I'm going to do a darker grass. So edit image, go darker. Yeah. Send that to the printer. And it's sent successfully. All right, so I cover up my layer that I just printed, and then move this flap, and I'm going to print in this area. So, still a bit rough. This would probably be easier with a continual printing and maybe official stencil material, as long as it's very thin. All right, so we'll move those out of the way. And then let's see, this will be my first mountain color. So I'm going to use the dots pattern for my mountains. I'm going to edit. Let's see, it didn't do the right one. Let me go back and do the mountains. Oh, which is the circles. I'm calling it dots. I'm going to edit. There we go. Generally, you think a mountain's getting lighter as you go back into your landscape, so I'm going to start with a darker purple. Edit. I'm going to go with that one. Send that to the printer. All right, so now I'm in my third area that I'm going to print. Boy, that just did not work at all. Okay. We'll move up one more layer of mountains, and I'm going to lighten this to go with that one. Okay, so now I want to print in this area, so I open that flap, but then I need to close this one back. Okay, it took a minute to make sure I was covering all the parts, so all right. And then this will be my lightest shade of purple, so let me lighten this one more time. Send that to the printer. Okay, so this is just one small area that I'm printing right here, so I think I'm going to drag this towards me. Okay. All right. And then my last area will be the sky. And I had already lightened this default image, so I'm going to keep it that color. Just send that to the printer. All right, and then we'll see if we can do this last section a little bit easier. Yeah, I definitely need to turn on continual printing. There we go. All right, again, this looks like a mess. But let's take all this away and see if we can see our finished card underneath. All right, this washi tape is coming off better. Okay, there, after all that, here is our finished project. So I would love to see what you make with it and see if you have better success. But all in all, I love this effect. I think it looks really cool. So it'd make a nice greeting card.